Hello. Raymond Weil, or however you say it. I had one of them service recently. It's not my watch, but I took it for service. It was nothing short than a disaster. First off, I sent it off of Goldsmiths. I didn't send it directly to Raymond Weil. It's not 100% Raymond Weil's fault. It's partly Goldsmiths. So, Goldsmiths, first off, lost the watch for about a month or two. Then we heard nothing back, so we went into the Goldsmiths and said, look, where the hell is the watch? They admitted that, they lost it, and then they found it again. So then it got to Raymond Weil, and then the servicing was commenced. Overall, it's been a pretty shocking experience. Within that time, I had my Monza serviced, which took about 2 months. So 3 months longer for a Raymond Weil. And seeing as though the Monza had a Zenith movement in it as well. Poor show. Compared to Tag, when you get a lovely little carrying case, Raymond Weil, you get a lovely Polly Pocket. Let's open the Polly Pocket. I'm not fully complaining about the Polly Pocket. It's not really a big deal, but it would have been nice to have a little branded something, But yeah, this is what we get, and we've got to deal with it, haven't we? So the service cost £236 altogether, with a £25 deposit originally, so £211 at the end when we picked it up. So for that, we had service, we had a brand new strap and clasp, and we also had new hands. Now, the hands were £5, and to me, that is pretty gosh darn cheap. I think the strap was about £30. Originally, I thought that the strap being £30, it would just be the strap. But no, you get a whole new clasp. So, it is pretty good value. So this is the watch. Very pretty. Classy watch. Comes with a new leather strap. Got the new clasp. And they recommended to change the strap. I don't think we needed a new clasp, to be honest with you. The old one looks pretty decent. But the leather strap is tarnished, as you would expect from pin buckle all over time. That's not the problem. I'm glad they still gave us the strap back. I think that's great of them. From first inspection, it looks alright. It looks pretty new. But what some schmuck at the service centre's done has scratched it. And you can also see, if I zoom in a little bit, you can also see that they've polished this little bit here, but not anywhere else on the back of the case. And I'll just show you that it's not, just a bit murky or misty because it hasn't been cleaned. They've literally just polished this bit. I don't know if they've polished that to get rid of this massive scratch they've put in there. Scratch there, and then it goes through Raymond Weil and goes out there. This is quite a deep scratch. I don't know how they would have managed this. I don't know if they were trying to flick the case back open and they slipped. Seems like one of the most logical reasons. It's like, there should be a point of call where there's an end of line who checks it and makes sure, that it's alright to go back to the owner. But I guess how are they to know that this wasn't on there originally? Oh, I understand that. I mean, they didn't do the best job of polishing the case, I must be honest. We added brand new hands onto the watch. And to me, sorry about the camera, and to me, they look rusted or they've got dust on them already. Especially the hour hand. It's still got dust on it. Just spin it around so I can get it in focus. See on the second hand, if you look at the end of the second hand, it's a bit dusty or it's got something on it. It could be the crystal, but I've wiped the crystal beforehand, and I know beforehand. That's a good one. But yeah, I've wiped the crystal before, and it's still showing up on the hands. Overall, I'm not a happy bunny, And the worst part is actually when we went to pick it up, we walked in and there was like a host in there, and I don't think I've ever seen that in a watch shop before. He literally said, "Oh, I know nothing about watches. I'm just in here to sit you down and get you a drink." So, wow. Anywho, the sales assistant came over and bought the iPad to rinse us of all our money and didn't even say hi or bye. So she just took our money, closed the laptop, walked off. And we're literally just sitting there drinking a Peroni for about 10 minutes in the shop. And I'm not complaining about drinking Peroni on my own. Happiness out of 10? Probably a 2. Yeah. You can see it from it. It's such an awful job. It's so awful. It's so annoying. I'm not saying avoid Raymond Weil or Goldsmiths for servicing, but, just be wary. We're going to see what we can do about it, and I'll keep everyone updated on what happens. They might tell me to go stuff it, but we'll see.